our focus. Well, the focus is
Sean Peyton signing his 5-year contract, re-signing a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start.
That's a good way to start. Comes back to work after the Super Bowl. Rumor has it that he might be going after Tony Sparano for OC as offensive coordinator. That's a rumor.
Sean Payton? Yeah. For what? They got Pete Carmichael.
Well, Pete Carmichael and Aaron Cromer leave. But from the looks of it, I don't think them boys are going nowhere.
If they smart, they wouldn't go nowhere.
Well, I mean, if you got an opportunity, man, to further your career, why not do it?
Yeah, I see that. And like I said, I got to give a big ups to Doug Marrone.
Yeah.
The new Bills head coach. He was with the Saints from 06 to 08.
Yeah. So, as it stands now, there's what, 3 head coaches?
From Sean Payton Street?
From Sean Payton Street?
Who was the other? It's Dennis Allen from the Raiders.
Yeah.
It's
Doug Marrone.
Who else?
And I think Doug Marrone even brought in somebody that used to be on the Saints.
OC. I know he was the OC when he was at college.
Somebody else he brought in one of his guys. They used to be on the Saints organization.
Yeah. Hey. You know, on another note, with we're gonna talk about this later on in the show, but with RG3 getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know
Shanahan Gate.
Yeah, well, Shanahan Gate, but on the side note, Drew Brees is now in the Pro Bowl now.
If I was Drew Brees, I wouldn't go.
But he will.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go. Because, I mean, why? I threw for 5,000 yards 3 times in my career. And I'm going as an alternate. Yeah. I mean, but now he's back in it. I wouldn't even play.
I throw number picks. The six.
Just because, I mean, but of course it's you and I both know it's not up to the league to determine who goes, but it's it's the fans. So.
Yeah, it's the fans vote, and I'm about to put Mickey Loomis on hold.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, it's the fans, and like I said, the fans want to see those pop plays.
Yeah.
That's why you got Griffin in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why they put Matt Ryan in there. Maybe because the team had the best record.
Well, I mean, he did throw for a franchise high 4,300 yards. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did have the best season for any Falcon quarterback, including Michael Vick. So, I mean, and his team is what 13-3. 13-3. So I mean, hey, look, man. I mean, I didn't got out of the political game a long time ago when it comes to that, man. I mean, Drew Brees goes to the Pro Bowl. Congratulations, Drew. It's kind of bittersweet, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But with the Shanahan Gate,
Shanahan Gate, man. Would you have played him or not?
I would have let him play. Right. If he said that he could play, I'd have let him play until what happened. His knee gave out on him. You know what I'm saying? And or I would have probably rotated him and Kirk Cousins in. You know what I'm saying? Just to get Kirk Cousins some warm up.
Yeah, get him warm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, look, RG, why don't you go ahead and take this series off? Don't worry, I'm not benching him. Just letting Kirk Cousins get in. You know what I'm saying? And try to, because we are 14-13 in the fourth quarter. So I mean, let's try to do a little bit something different. I mean, and you got a beast in the running back, like Alfred Morris. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I would have just let him play. I'd have let him play.
Yeah, I would have let him play. Like I said, you got to find out. Then I don't blame Shanahan because at what point do you take him out the game? Because he threw 2 touchdowns. I think on 1 touchdown with the play before he got hurt, or he got hurt on the pilot. But then before that, he had a little scrambler, like 8 yards. You know what I'm saying? So you seen him limping off the field. But I mean, at one point, do you take him out? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that would have been that's like the hardest thing. Like, at what point do you take him out? Another thing I wanted to tell you about with the Ray Lewis situation.
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne said he felt it was disrespectful when Ray Lewis, remember when he lined up and
on offense?
Yeah, he said it was disrespectful for him to dance like that at the end of the playoff game. Remember when he was in the back, and as soon as the second clock down to 0, he started doing his little thing. Reggie Wayne said he thought that was disrespectful.
Why did he think it was disrespectful?
I have no idea. I read that on I think it was on NFL.com or something like that. He felt It was there. And then I seen Dwight Freeney, because Dwight Freeney obviously played defense. I think he was gonna go shake his hand or give him a hug or whatever, but Dwight Freeney seen him doing his thing, and Dwight Freeney just ran off the field.
Well, I mean, you know, last game in Raven Stadium.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, he's never gonna play there again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what would you want him to? What would you want him to do?
Right, and they said that They said that they were dedicating the whole, like every quarter, they was doing like a remembrance of him or something like that. So they said they dedicated like pretty much they dedicated the whole game to him.
Well, they won the game.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know if they was doing stuff on the
Jumbotron,
Jumbotron or what, you know what I'm saying? But there is breaking news. Jaguars coach just got fired.
You want to go down there?
I might think about
it. All right, yeah. I'm coming with you, man. Let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was funny because the coach that got fired, the GM that's now over here at the Jaguars, used to be in the same organization with him
in Atlanta. Wow.
And he fired him.
Dang.
I guess he must see somebody else that he want. I mean, I don't. But I would consider it disrespect if Pete Carmichael or Aaron Cromer goes to Atlanta.
That would be. Goes to Jacksonville.
Goes to Jacksonville. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, man, it just seems like right now in the off season that there's so many coaches being fired, and there's not enough coaches that's filling position.
You notice that, huh? Because like I said, we got to give big ups to Andy Reid. Yeah. Andy Reid is now coaching the Kansas City Chiefs.
Took my job.
Took his job. Yeah,
you know, I went to Kansas City, man.
Did you see Andy Reid?
I didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
But I had some of the best barbecue I've ever had in years.
Outside
of Pop's barbecue.
Okay, right on.
The best barbecue I've had in years. They gave me the wink and the gun. I tell everybody that, you know, they gave me the wink and the gun.
But they didn't.
They at the last minute, you know, Andy Reid said, I want the job, and they gave him the job. Man, it's understandable.
They did the old bait and switch.
It's okay. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? But Jacksonville, the Duke boys are coming to town.
Yes,
get ready.
OC, DC.
Huh?
OC, DC.
You mean HC, OC?
Nah. But,
OCST?
No. It was special team. It was special team. But, so we could touch on the games last week.
Yeah.
Man. You enjoyed it? Man. I love football. Obviously, that's why we do it. The Texans and Cincinnati game was the worst playoff game I ever seen in my life.
Even worse than Saints versus Seahawks?
That wasn't that bad.
When beast mode?
That was bad. That was the only bad part about the game. But the game was good. You had to defend the Super Bowl champs anyway. But that game was so boring.
The game wasn't boring, but the game was definitely one-sided.
Yeah.
And I would have never thought my man Andy Dalton as a choker. I would have never thought him as a choker, but he definitely did in that game. I don't know what it was. Maybe
he's from here. So.
Yeah, he's from here. He's used to playing in the stadium. Well, it sure as hell didn't look like it's Saturday. You know, that was a very disappointing game. I mean, very disappointing game for Cincinnati fans. You know, and I thought that, you know, the core Optimus Prime, I thought they were made of sterner stuff.
Right.
You know, the running game was working. The defense did their job.
Yeah, it did good. They only scored one offensive touchdown in the whole game. Right. You know what I'm saying? They grinded it out.
Yeah, they did.
You know, stuff like that. But I mean, you know, it like you said, Andy Dalton pretty much gave that game away. I thought they were going to drive down. Yeah. They got the ball with 4 minutes left. I thought they was going to go down and get it, but yeah, it just didn't happen. The Green Bay and the Minnesota game,
that was another disappointment.
Right.
I don't know why. You know, I tell you what. I don't blame coaches for much, but I would definitely say that Leslie Frazier is the reason why they lost that game.
Yeah, he was. I don't think that boy Joe Webb was prepared at all.
That's what I said. He was not prepared at all. And here's the thing, that is a very talented quarterback.
I can believe it or not. He has flashes.
He's a the dude ran a 4.3 and a 40.
Yeah.
And he can throw. He ain't got a cannon for an arm. Apparently, he was overthrowing receivers by 20 yards.
Yeah,
you know
in the cold, in
the cold, in Lambeau.
Yeah.
So
that says a lot.
That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I just thought that Leslie Frazier just did not have Joe Webb prepared.
Right. I mean, because Adrian Peterson still had 99 yards.
99 yards. So the running game was there.
Yeah, running game was there. I just don't. And then I gotta say this: Minnesota, what y'all need to do. I don't know if y'all have any issues with Percy Harvin, but y'all need to fix it because y'all ain't got other than Peterson and that tight end Rudolph.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have no other offensive weapons.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get y'all another wide receiver and show up y'all defense a little more. Then y'all might have. Y'all might have a better little squad or whatever because y'all made the playoffs, so y'all made that step.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope that they enjoy this season because I don't see this happening next year. I don't think they're gonna be in. I don't think they're gonna be in the next year. Would it help even with a healthy Christian Ponder? I don't think they're gonna be in the next year. Unless Christian Ponder shows some type of growth. Yeah. I just don't see.
I don't see it either. And like I said, the turnover ratio. I'm a stat guy.
Yeah.
The turnover ratio when it comes to different teams in the playoffs, the turnover ratio is quick in the NFC. Because if you notice, this is gonna trip you out. I heard this earlier this week. The same teams in the AFC that's in the playoffs right now was in it last year. The same 4 teams.
So what?
They just flip-flop. The Texans played the Ravens and the Broncos played the Patriots last year.
Go figure.
Yeah, the same 4 teams are playing.
So what that tell you?
It tell you that there's no parity in the AFC. The AFC, the teams that are dominant are dominant.
Or straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward. I think the only thing you kind of mix in is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh get in there every now and then. And, you know what I'm saying? But in the NFC, the turnover is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Minnesota was in it this year. Who else? Seattle's in it this year. Last year, Redskins was in it this year. Last year, none of these teams weren't even sniffing the playoffs.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You had the Saints was in there, and you had Detroit was in there. And somebody else I might be slipping on or whatever. But
for the Giants,
thank you. How can I slip on the champ? Yeah, so see Breeze right there. Yeah. But anyway, so the turnover in the NFC is just so vast. You know what I'm saying? The AFC is just just steady. But so we didn't. Last but not least, obviously we talked about the Ravens game earlier. Just think that Andrew Luck need a little bit more seasoning. Smack your mama seasoning. I think if you get a little more smack your mama seasoning, then
but see, that's the scary thing, man. I mean, the upside for him is just ridiculous because I see him. Heaven forbid he gets seriously injured. I can see him having a better career than Peyton. Man, I mean, made the playoffs his first year under center. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, not too many quarterbacks, not too many rookie quarterbacks until they did that.
I mean, he has the for the number 1 overall pick has the most wins at 11. I don't see nobody doing that.
No,
unless this is big, huge turnaround.
He got to be LeBron James-esque.
Yeah. For a quarterback being number 1 and winning 11 games, that's tough. Yeah, that because obviously you having the number 1 pick, you had the worst team, and with you turning around, like I said, I see nothing but brighter days for the Colts, and I think that the Texans
on watch, on notice.
They need to do what they need to do because the Colts are going to be that team up and coming, and it's going to be right back up and coming. Right. Because I don't see the Titans and I don't see the Jaguars doing anything.
Yeah, I mean Jaguars they are officially rebuilding. Right. Titans, they may be a couple players.
They got their quarterback, they got their running back, they got their receivers.
I was about to say that. CJ2K, he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back on. So So,
but okay, and last but not least, the Vikings and the Redskins. In the Seattle game, down 14-0, right? Matter of fact, I was at your house when we watched the game. It was down 14-0 when you left, right? Down 14-0 when we left, wound up coming back. And that Seattle defense, I can't say enough about it.
Scared me.
Yeah. I mean, them boys, they never gave up. Never gave up. And that's a good segue to the games that we got to pick. Because we got Atlanta. I'm going to start with the NFC this week.
Go ahead.
Atlanta and Seattle. You going with Seattle?
Going with Seattle.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Seattle too. I just them boys is just.
I mean, they're gonna be missing Chris Clemens,
but you got that boy Irvin
yeah.
starting in his place. Mm-hmm. So it really don't even. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I guess it's a little drop off, but I mean, I just think that Seattle is that team. They're like the Giants. They're playing great football, and they're the hottest team going in right now. You know what I'm saying? Them and the Broncos are the hottest teams going in. You don't be surprised if you see that Broncos in Seattle.
That would be interesting.
It would be very interesting.
Dang, that would be interesting. That would, because wasn't Seattle in that division at one point?
Yeah. It was in the AFC West.
Man,
yeah. So all right, you got the Packers and the 49ers. Another good one.
Going with the 49ers. As much as I don't like to, but I got to go with the 49ers. And
I'm going with the Niners too.
I'm going with the 49ers. I just don't think that
it's not a good thing we agree on.
It's not, but I just don't. Everybody talk about Colin Kaepernick. Harbaugh is going to have that dude
ready.
Harbaugh was a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's not. So it's not going to be a situation whereas Colin Kaepernick is not going to play good. I mean, you think about it too. Like even when Kaepernick had a bad game, he makes good throws. He makes good decisions.
Yeah.
So they're never out of games.
Right.
Right.
And like I said, I heard on the radio that they said that, well, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league, so Kaepernick is going to have to score point for point. I said, what makes you think they think that Packers are going to score 24 points? I don't think that's going to be that high.
Well, they scored 22. They scored 22 the first game.
And that's fine. But against that defense in San Francisco,
that hits you in the mouth.
Yeah, I don't see them scoring 20.
See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, the game against St. Louis, that's a division opponent. So those games are going to be close.
Yeah.
The game against
Seattle.
Yeah, the game against Seattle. Okay, the last game it was a blowout.
It was a blowout. They was in Seattle. Seattle unbeatable at home.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The game against the Giants. I can honestly say if Colin Kaepernick was playing that game or would started that game, because he didn't start that game. No, he didn't play in the game either. No, I think if Colin Kaepernick would have been playing in that game, it would have been a different story.
I agree.
I really did.
He brings a different
dimension.
Different
dimension. He's a scrambling quarterback. I think he runs a 4.4 and a 40. The dude can get up the field. Yeah. He's an option quarterback. That's what he played in college.
Right.
And he can make throws.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go with the Niners, and you know what? A lot of people think it's gonna be a close game. I'm calling the Woods here.
Well, see, and it's another little secret I'm gonna want to tell you too. Green Bay's offensive line isn't that good. Hint, wink,
That's one thing. I mean, I just think that the 49ers are gonna come in.
Oh, and they can't run the ball.
Exactly. So if you one-dimensional in those corners, man, those corners and safeties, man,
they will hit you.
Yeah.
They will hit you. They will hit you. Hard.
Yeah.
They will hit you.
Yeah. So, all right, we both going with the Niners. So we see a 49 and Seahawk championship game, right?
Yeah. Brawl for it all. You're going to be the NFC West champs twice. You know what I'm saying? No, you're going to be recrowned. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be a very interesting game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know what? You love to see stuff like this. And like, I think Tom Jackson from the Flagship Network, said it best. He said, you know what? This league, we can say goodbye to Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. We can say goodbye to those guys because the league is in great hands right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the quarterback play that's going on. Yeah. The league is in such a good hands, man. And then, you're seeing a rebirth of the running game. I love that.
Yeah, that's always a
I love that.
It's just, I think it's all about scheme to me. Because Alfred Morris, I mean, I think Shanahan is good at picking running backs. He is. He picked Morris up in the 6th round. So I just think if you give these guys a chance, the running game can come back, and the league can be more balanced. Yeah. But the quarterback is always gonna. Of course. Get the best. But you know what though? Honestly, I'm gonna say this. Even though I picked the Niners and the Seahawks, I don't think those teams will make it. I'm picking them because that's what I want to win. That's what I think the better team. But I think the league, just what they did the Saints last year, I think the league does not want to see a defensive kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like we had the Giants and the 49ers last year. This league did not want to see the Saints in the Superdome, beating up the Giants, blowing out the Giants. You seen the last time the Seahawks and the 49ers played, the Seahawks scored 50-something points, but it was in Seattle. This time it's going to be in Frisco. I think the league wants the Packers and the Falcons in the championship.
I think the league wants the Packers and the Denver Broncos
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That'll be a good game.
It would be. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a rematch. You know, you might see a Brett Favre sighting.
Brett Favre and John Elway.
And a John Elway sighting and a Mike Holmgren sighting and stuff like that. Terrell Davis sighting and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
you can see a lot of sighting. I mean, I just think that the league, you know, the league sets stuff up. Obviously, you know, we've been talking about this all year with the Bounty Gate crap and all that stuff. The league did not want the Saints in the Superdome in the Super Bowl this year. They just didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So I think they did everything they could do so it won't happen. And they did. Which they did. I mean, the play on the field, it is what it is. You know, it's a microcosm.
It's hard to play inspired football, man, when your figureheads is...
Yeah, going is against you. Yeah, you're right. You know? So I just think, honestly, like I said, just don't. I guess I picked the Niners and I picked the Seahawks, but don't be surprised if you see the Falcons and the Packers or one of those two teams that had a bye, which is the Niners and the Falcons. Just one of those teams. You know what I'm saying? I think the league either wants to see the Niners and the Falcons because they want to see a great offense against a great defense.
Falcons has a great
offense. Yeah, when they offense, you mean, you know, you can't go against their weapons. You can't go against Julio, Roddy, Jacquez, Turner, Matt Ryan, you know, Gonzalez. Can't go against that. You know what I'm saying? So
I think they want to see Gonzalez in the Super Bowl. I think they want to see Gonzalez in the Super Bowl.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. But anyway, we kind of blabbing on. Texans versus the Patriots.
Patriots in the landslide.
I say the same thing.
Patriots in the landslide. Unfortunately, even though I really thought early in the season.
I think this will be a better game though.
I think
this game will be. It won't be 42-14. I think it'll be a better game, but I just think that the
more like 47-21, something like that.
No, I think it will be more like maybe 28-21, 28-24, something like that. Because you know it's cold up there in New England. I think it's colder. It was cold then when they played last month, but I think it might be a little colder. So they might, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But all right, and the Ravens versus the Broncos. Go ahead.
Ravens.
Okay. I'm going with the Broncos.
I'm going with the Ravens.
I hate to go against Sugar Ray. I mean, you know, I know this is farewell tour, but
I'm just like, you know, they playing inspired football, and I really believe that I think the Ravens might make the Super Bowl this year. They might not win it, but I think they're gonna make it there. You know, I really believe that they can. I think that this time around, if they play the Patriots in the championship game,
they'll win.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Well, I think, like I said, you know, we'll save that for next week. But obviously, so you got your championship game slated as the Ravens versus the Patriots.
Yeah.
I got mine slated as the Broncos versus the Patriots.
Okay.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we both got the same NFC pick. So like I said, you never know. We'll be back next week.
Never know.
We'll never know. We'll be back next week to discuss it. And it'll be our second to last episode.
Yeah, the swan song.
The swan song, because obviously we'll have a Super Bowl show.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the show before, actually it's third to last.
Third to last.
You gotta do the episode. The last episode is gonna be after the Super Bowl.
After the Super Bowl, right. After the Super Bowl, going into, you know what I'm saying, going to whatever. So that'll be the season finale.
Right.
You know, so so we'll see though. Like I said, it'll be interesting. I can't wait till Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. Oh, and another thing, last note. If you get the chance, my brother put a very interesting link on Facebook about the Bounty Gate with the Saints organization. And DeMaurice Smith, you know, I can go either way with the guy, but he brought up very interesting comments. They said they had, like I said again, they said they had all this evidence against the Saints. Nothing was proven. Right. And I still think that not the league, but the commissioner owes our organization an apology for the way the whole situation was handled. Not only that, but like I said, I was, you know, me and the source was communicating, and he brought up another interesting point. Well, I brought up the point. I said, you know what? Don't be surprised if in the next 2 to 4 years the league has another strike. Because, think about it. You already know going into the owner meetings after the Pro Bowl and everything, you already know Tom Benson's going to have a bone to pick with him because he just cost his franchise a chance to play in the Super Bowl in his own dome and money. The Ravens owner, the Modells, are going to have a bone to pick with him because you almost cost them their season with trying to suspend Ed Reed. You know what I'm saying, for a clean hit. The Seattle Seahawks owners are going to have a bone to pick with him because you almost cost them their season by trying to suspend Sherman and Brown.
Sherman, they
but behind, and because of the urine test and everything. Right. But the way the urine test and everything was handled, they gave him a cup that leaked. And the other cup that he had him do his testing was contaminated.
Now it's just shocking to me. Like all this stuff is coming up, and you have $1 billion industry.
Yeah, $1 billion industry.
That's crazy.
You know, I mean, and I'm pretty sure the guy that did the test is fired.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but at the same time, you can't even get this guy due process. You just automatically drop the hammer, bang.
Right.
You know
that's what I'm saying, and that's how he's been ever since he got in the league. He's been like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand you want to try to set an example, but you know what? Set an example by coming out to the public. But see, you know, he's the son of a politician, so you can expect him to duck and dodge until it's everything said and done. But the thing is, come out and say, you know what? We mishandled we mishandled this, we mishandled that. We apologize. And move forward. And that's why, like I said, you said that, like Drew Brees said it best. That's why he said the league doesn't trust him.
Right.
The NFL players we don't trust him.
Right. So,
what's to say, you know what, somebody got to come to Drew Brees or whoever represents the players in the NFLPA or go to DeMaurice Smith even to see, you know what, DeMaurice, man. We, as a players, and I got signatures to back it up, man, we going to vote no confidence in Roger Goodell, man. We want him out of here. We want the owners to appoint somebody else's commission. You know what I'm saying? Well, the owners don't do it. We're not gonna play. Right. We can do a work style.
It's something that could be done.
Yeah, it's something that could be done.
It's something that could be done, and like I said, it's something that needs to be done real soon. Because you're right. They do owe the Saints organization and the city itself. Yeah. And like I said, with him being a commissioner, he got to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, he sure does.
And I hate to see what's gonna happen to him out there.
Don't eat the jambalaya.
Don't eat the gumbo.
Don't eat the gumbo. Matter of fact, why don't you just cook all your food yourself? Just to be on the safe side. Cook all your food that you gonna eat, cook it yourself.
Yeah, go to Winn-Dixie Rouse's. Right.
Don't get no pork from Ragusa because it's gonna get you sick. Yeah. I can guarantee you that. So he better be. It will be in his best interest to do the congratulations speech, whoever wins.
Via satellite.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Via satellite out in space somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's a possibility, though. Yeah. It's a possibility.
Because if he comes to the Superdome,
if he shows his face in the
Superdome,
you're going to see, besides the breaking news or whatever, besides them crowning the new champ, you're going to see the death of Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
You're going to see he might get assassinated.
He might. Somebody might hear him
like I said, we don't condone it.
No, we don't.
But we from New Orleans.
Yeah.
When he was born out, we was raised
I'm
there.
telling you, he might get, like I said, they might George Bush him, man. Like throw a shoe at him. You know what I'm saying? Throw a shoe at him, man. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't be surprised don't be surprised. You know what? There might not even be no Saints fans even at the game.
Right. Yeah. Especially if Atlanta goes.
Especially if Atlanta goes.
You really gonna see somebody.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly. But it's a game. It's just a game.
Yeah,
it's a game. But I just found it interesting that I'm glad DeMaurice Smith actually came out and said what he said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about, there was no facts, no apologies. It just seemed like it was just, I don't know. It was a setup.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah, it was a witch hunt.
It was a witch hunt. And like I said, we'll get our vindication.
Hopefully. All I know is next year when Peyton comes back, he better have a bald head, a goatee. You know what I'm saying? A bald head, a goatee, and a big chip on the shoulder.
I think he will.
And I want to see us blowing teams out by 28.
It'll happen.
Because if you ain't gonna have a chip on your shoulder next year,
what are you playing for?
What are you playing for?
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
You disrespected you know, you got another team playing in your city, in your stadium, when you know you were the unquestioned favorite.
Right.
You know if your head coach was playing, there was a good chance that we'd be in the Super Bowl. We'd be playing.
So, you know.
Yeah, man. But,
like I said, so we'll see. Like I said, this is our divisional round week. And we'll see you we'll see you in the championship week next week. See who play. Hopefully, it's some good games.
It will be. I think so.
I think hopefully be some good games. I'm gonna be glued to the TV, sure as my baby brother will.
For a little while, man.
For a little while, until you gotta go to work. But like I said, y'all enjoy y'all day, enjoy y'all week, and we'll see you next week.